They called me a money bag. I proved I was a vault, but they never had the combination to begin with. That evening, I asked my husband and his mother to sit down. I had a special dinner prepared. "What's this about?" he asked, smiling. "Just wanted to have a family discussion," I said pleasantly, "since we're all living together." My mother-in-law looked smug. She thought I was about to apologize, to submit. I set down my phone on the table. "I want to talk about Rose," I said calmly. The smile died on my husband's face. His mother's eyes went wide. "Who?" he stammered. "Rose," I repeated. "Your wife. Your actual legal wife. The one you married 6 years ago. The mother of your 2 sons. Should I continue?" The silence was deafening. I opened my phone and showed them the pictures. Rose with the boys who looked exactly like him. Recent pictures. I can explain," he started. "Okay, explain," I said. "Explain how you married me while already married to someone else. Explain how you've been sending my money from the land I sold, to your real family. Explain how you used me as a visa and a bank account." I turned to his mother. "Or should you explain? Since I heard you on the phone 6 days ago, telling your sister everything, laughing about how foolish I am, about how your son is waiting for his papers so he can bring his real family here." She went pale. You were listening?" "I recorded it," I said simply. "Every word. Want to hear it?" I played the recording. The room filled with her voice, her laughter, her contempt, her detailed plan. When it ended, I looked at both of them. "So here's what's going to happen," I said, standing up. "Tomorrow morning, I'm going to the immigration authorities with all of this evidence. The marriage certificate from Nigeria, the bank transfers, the photos, the recording, everything." My husband's face crumbled. "Please, no. You committed marriage fraud," I said coldly. "You lied on your visa application. You never disclosed your existing marriage. That's a criminal offense." "I'll be deported," he whispered. "Yes," I said. "You will. And honestly, that's the least of what you deserve." His mother stood up. "You can't do this. Think of your children. They need their father." I laughed, actually laughed. It sounded wrong even to my own ears. "My children?" I said. "You mean the children you refuse to hold? The grandchildren you've never shown an ounce of love to? Those children? Don't you dare use them now." I looked at my husband. "You have one chance," I said. "One. You leave tonight. You go back to Nigeria, to your real wife and your real children. You don't fight me. You don't contest anything." "And if I do that," he asked quietly, "then I won't report you to the authorities. I'll let you leave quietly. Your visa will expire, and you just won't come back. No criminal record, no deportation on your record. Just gone. And if I don't, then I report everything tomorrow. You get deported. You get a fraud conviction. You never set foot in any Western country again. And I make sure everyone back home knows exactly how you scammed me, how you lied, how you played your foolish games." I leaned forward. "Choose wisely, because this is the only choice I'm giving you." His mother started to protest, but he held up his hand. "I'll go," he said quietly. "What?" his mother shrieked. "You can't." "I'll go," he repeated, looking at me. "Tonight." "Good," I said. "You have 2 hours to pack. I've already called you a taxi to the airport. I've already booked your flight. One way to Nigeria." He just nodded, defeated. His mother tried to plead, but I was done listening. "You can stay or go with him," I told her. "I don't care. But if you stay even one more night in my house, I'm calling the police and having you removed for trespassing." She chose to go with him. Within 2 hours, they were both gone. I stood at the door and watched them leave, the man I once loved and the woman who had tortured me. And I felt no sadness, no regret, just relief. My daughter came downstairs looking confused. "Where's Daddy going?" she asked. I knelt down and hugged her. "Daddy had to go back home, sweetie. But don't worry, Mommy will always be here." That night, after putting my girls to bed, I sat in my living room, my house, and I cried. Not for him, not for the marriage, but for the woman I had been, the trusting, loving woman who had believed in fairy tales and real love. She was gone now, and in her place was someone stronger, someone who would never be used again. The next morning, I still reported him to the authorities. Not out of revenge, but because it was the right thing to do. People like him needed to face consequences. Within a week, he was officially flagged for marriage fraud. His visa was revoked. He couldn't return to the UK even if he wanted to. I filed for annulment based on fraud. It was granted within months, and then I began to rebuild. I returned to work. I hired help. I focused on my career and my children. I started therapy to heal from the betrayal, and slowly, painfully, I began to recover. My mother came to visit, finally. She stayed for 6 months, helping me heal, helping me remember who I was before him. "You're not broken," she told me one evening. "You're just wounded. But wounds heal. And you're stronger than any wound." She was right. Over the next year, I not only healed, I thrived. I got promoted at work. I bought back so many lands. I started my own investment business. My daughters flourished without the tension in the house. They were happy, healthy, secure. And me? I learned the most valuable lesson of my life. Some people will see your kindness as weakness. Your love is an opportunity. Your trust is stupidity. But that says nothing about you and everything about them. I wasn't bad luck. I wasn't a fool. I was a woman who had loved deeply and been betrayed deeply, and I had survived. I wasn't bad luck. I was a phoenix. And from the ashes of that betrayal, I had built an empire.